it now. We in it now. Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's that You Heard
That's
podcast. Hey, man, often imitated, never duplicated. You Heard podcast. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we got some things we gotta talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what's poppin', Joe? What's good?
Spring game, man. Can't wait. Can't wait to the spring. See my guys, man. Not taking it too seriously, but see my guy, man. See my guy Ben. See all the fans, all the content creators, man. See what the squad looking like. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man, we got some special things brewing, man. But let's get into this intro. Let's get into this Canes talk.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast.
I'm hurt, dog.
Ben and Joe break down all things Miami Hurricanes football.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no.
From hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
You heard.
I put my heart in this, dog.
Let's go, Ed. Let's go, Ed.
Hey, man, listen. As we talking, we went to a little break for the intro. You know what I'm saying? As we clink it up, you know what I'm saying? Another book, another podcast in the books. I realize we're a week away from being a week away. You know what I mean?
Damn, son. It's going too quick. Man. Yo, March went like, I'm telling you, I feel like I went to sleep and March was over.
Son, that's how I felt this whole year. Like we're about to hit April in a couple of days. I'm like, what happened?
Hopefully the football season is right around the corner because I miss it already.
Already, man. Like watching these little highlights, you know what I'm saying, that Camp Football put out. You know what I'm saying, the little 2-minute clips that everybody who's there puts out. I'm like, I just wanted to start again. Like,
so real quick, are we getting gassed again, man? Are we getting gassed again? It happens every time. What's the difference between this offseason and last offseason? What's the difference? There's no difference. You don't feel a little different.
Okay. All right. We go before we get into our talk. I felt, but like at this point last year, I felt better.
Okay.
Right? Because it was like that. Because it was that new, you know what I'm saying? That new. You know what I'm saying? You like that new. You know what I'm saying? You had that new like, we got Mario, we got Gaddis, we got all these, you know what I'm saying, Avenger coaches, big names. We took this dude from Georgia, this dude from Bama, this dude from here. Oh, we about to be something. And then we shit the bed the way we did. So it was like and then you go back and watch like what was being said in press conferences and till like you started picking up the breadcrumbs, right? Probably by like week 3. So probably around this time I was like, you know what I'm saying? You catch CVD saying like, we have some communication things we got to work on. You know what I'm saying? You catch a little breadcrumbs, right? Like so like shit. Trouble. But at the beginning of spring last year, I felt better because you think, okay, like if it's a development thing, we got the coaches not to develop. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like we have them now, and then to just utterly fail the way we did, like I'm trying really hard to not get gassed up. I'm seeing that I'm trying really, really hard to keep a clear head, not just be that rah guy. You see the Coach Guidry clips, you know what I'm saying, on Canes football. Shout out to them for that edit. That's beautiful with that music. It definitely makes your heart beat a little faster. But I'm trying not to, fam. I'm trying to. This is where our conversations come in clutch for me because like you keep me level headed. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I was just me by myself, I'm like, oh shit, we about to do something. We finally have this. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll try to sell myself like I do every year, but nah. I'm trying to make it a more analytical approach. What about you, man? How you feeling about it?
Keeping it a buck, I really, let me first say this. I really don't think it's wrong to get gassed up. I don't think it's healthy, but I really don't think it's wrong to get gassed up because of I'm not gonna say the quality. I feel like the attitude is different. Right. You know what I mean? It's of course the preseason comes and everybody is that dude. You know what I mean? Everybody looks good. Everybody's gassed. Everybody's hype. You know what I mean? Everybody hype is, we getting pads on, we hitting. So it's a hype situation. But it just feels like the attitude, the thought, I don't know, it just feels different. And we probably say that every year, right? It feels different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But keeping it a buck. So last year, shout out to my guy Flo, man. Last year I felt the same about Gaddis as Flo felt about Shannon Dawson.
Got you.
I felt the same way, not to the extreme, but
you mean you didn't go on a 1 hour rant saying how you did? You know what I'm
saying? I wasn't extreme.
Flo went therapeutic on that one, fam. Like Flo let that go, and he's like, his whole energy was like, it felt like I remember watching that. Is like his energy just felt like it lifted off his shoulders. Like, I'm gonna just say this, get it out, and get it done, and never talk about it again. I respect that. You got to do it.
He was going to do it. He said he was going to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what I looked at was the I don't know what kind of turned me. What I was thinking the whole time was he's at Michigan. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's a completely different style of play in that conference. That team, that head coach, completely different, man. You know what I mean? I can't remember when it kind of turned when I was like, this might be all right, you know what I mean? But I felt the same way Flo did about Shannon Dawson. I felt that way about Gaddis. So when things didn't work out, I'm not gonna say I wasn't surprised. I just wasn't convinced in the first place. You know what I mean? So I have high expectations for the offense. Now the defense, that's another story. When we got who we got, man, I was like, Coach Steele coming through, it's a wrap. It's over. You know what I mean? So I was gassed on that portion.
Yeah, because it wasn't just Coach Steele, right? It was linebacker coach Charlie Strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had all these people coming through. We're like, I mean, we got experience now. Usually it was like a trial and error thing. You know what I'm saying? A friend of a friend type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I think also what it means is like, it's been so long since we've had like somebody obsessed. I was talking with Rasta about this, I think the other day. You know what I'm saying? I hit him up to talk about some stuff. I was like, it's been so long that we've had a coach that's obsessed with recruiting that I like, just keeping it a buck. Like, I don't comprehend it, right? Like, because I don't remember, and I'm also trying not to do like recency bias where like, oh, because it's Mario and it's that new is like, I knew the stories about Manny. You know what I'm saying? I knew the stories about Rick. I wasn't in the verse, in the Canes verse, like how I am now. You know what I'm saying? But like, I read the tea leaves and I see, like, I pick up different things. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I'm a big energy guy. Like, you could, regardless of what you're saying, your body's gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I saw the issues and different things and the people we were missing on, the people we never even went after. So I think that's the factor that I'm not getting in my brain the same. I'm not processing, because you know what I'm saying? Like, the size that we have coming in is different than the size we've ever had coming in.
Facts, it is.
Like, just with like Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain's bigger than the senior guys we got as transfers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Ruben Bain as a true freshman is 270. You know what I'm saying? If he moves to the inside, is bigger than Branson Dean and Thomas Gore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's going to be bigger when the season starts. Like, it's March now. He's going to have the off-season weight training program. So got to see how that's the part that I'm trying to understand better and try not to hype myself up about, because when you see, this will lead right into our first thing. When you see a human being the size of a Javion Cohen on your screen,
right? You
know what I'm saying? You're like, hold on, how is this possible? Like, how does, first of all, I think he's like, what? He's not, he's third year in college, right? So he's 21, 22, depending on when he graduated. You know what I'm saying? So he's not that old of a cat.
Could be 20. Who knows?
Could be 20. Could have graduated early.
Yeah.
Fam, but this was one thing that you wanted to talk about, so I'm going to toss it back to you. And we'll play the clip after. What were your impressions of what he said? And why was this one thing that really stood out to you? We're like, yo, we got to talk about this one.
Yeah, man. The main thing that stood out to me is the way he talked about Matt Lee. How he raved about, because playing next to somebody like Matt Lee, so it'll be guard, center.
Yep.
You know, the center, as we know, is the quarterback of the offensive line. You know what I mean? And the way Cohen, Javion put it is that like he played in like a certain number of games. He has like a certain number of snaps. So he's seen everything a defense can throw at him. You know what I mean? He's calling out, pressure. He's calling out, looks. He's calling out different things on the O-line that you may not see as a guard or a tackle or whatever. And with him making those calls and that experience, that's humongous. That's humongous, man. And never mind the fact that he sounds like a damn engineer or something. You know what I mean? He sounds like a doctor the way he speaks. But yeah, man, I was just very impressed by him, man. And that experience is invaluable, man. I don't care what nobody says. That experience is invaluable. And he's been at Bama. So
the top.
Yeah, he knows how it's supposed to look. You know what I mean? So,
all right, let's hear from Javion here.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
All right, everyone, last but not least, we have offensive lineman Javion Cohen. We'll go right into questions. So why Miami?
Why not? Everything around here is perfect. The people really drew me in close. People like Coach Cristobal, Coach Mirabal, the entire staff, honestly, and the teammates that I got as well. Everybody has a collective goal, which is getting the U back to its standard.
How does it compare to Alabama? Obviously, Alabama's had one of the best programs in the country for a long time. How would you draw a comparison?
I feel like the work ethic that Coach Cristobal instills in us is really similar. Everybody goes out and tries their hardest in practice. The practice formats is actually, really similar as well. So I don't think it's much of a difference. I just think, two different programs, two different trajectories. Times come, times go. But
so I want to talk about that right there. Right, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are reading that is, we're not that far from Bama. He said it right there. We're in different trajectories, right? Bama's already there. Bama's at the tip top. Like, Bama has 1, 2, and 3. Next man up. Next man up. Next man up. He's saying, like, there's a lot of things people in press conferences can and can't say. You know what I'm saying? These are cool. So, like, for people to be like, I see we're not that far from Bama. That's not what he said. Two different trajectories. We're totally different. Like, we're trying to build something. Bama's already been built. Bama's standing strong, got the columns up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no question about what Bama's doing. So people got to chill. See, we're very close to Bama. It's not what he said. You got to listen and not just like stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I wanted to stop at the trajectories before we continue playing, because you got to really listen, man. He's not saying we Bama. He's not saying we're about to be Bama. That's not what he's saying at all. All right, let's get back.
I feel like we're back on the rise now.
A lot of newcomers going this year with you and Matt Lee, the freshmen who are getting on reps. How have you guys kind of worked on gelling together?
I mean, it takes a complete room to actually do that together, but everybody has been very positive, speaking to the young kids. I have a chance to talk to Samson about a lot of things. I go talk to him. Me and CC and huddle together. I go say something to him. Just, everybody leaning on each other, and also we got great coaches with Coach Cristobal and Coach Mirabal leaning on us as well. So it just takes a complete room effort, and everybody has to be on the same page and want the best for each other, and we do that every day.
And then about the
what you think about that right there? Because I got my thoughts on that too, but what he just said.
What did he just say? I'm sorry. Run that back.
He was talking about, like, I'll run it back.
And what
chance to talk to Samson about a lot of things. I go talk to him. Me and CC and huddle together. I go say something to him. Just, everybody leaning on each other, and also we got great coaches with Coach Cristobal and Coach Mirabal leaning on us as well. So it just takes a complete room effort, and everybody has to be on the same page and want the best for each other, and we do that every day.
And then about
you see what
totally agree. Totally agree. The most important part, I think, in my opinion, is that the whole room effort and understanding that we're here for each other, that we're playing for each other. You know what I mean? No selfish mindset. You know what I mean? Understanding, like, I don't think people who haven't played football understand, and maybe they do, but you can die on the football field, man. You seen DeMar Hamlin, and you know what I mean? You can die or get fatally injured, B. Like, you're playing with people that should be considered family. Like, for real. Like, this is war. Like, for real. It's, you know, of course, it's not going to war. You know, you were in the military or whatever, but you know what I mean?
There's a lot of parallels
next to you. You know what I mean? That person next to you, like, you in the trenches, especially in the trenches, because that's where the dirty business happens, in those trenches. So the man next to you, you have to fight for that man, and that man has to fight for you. So that's a real nice comment there.
I liked what he said. So before, we'll get back into it. I liked what he said the most was that he's talking to the young players. You know, CC,
young boys,
I guess what they call him, Francis Magoa and Samson. You know what I'm saying? Like having some big time leadership in that room, like a Matt Lee and a Javion Cohen, is going to help these kids develop. You know what I'm saying? When no disrespect, right? But when the people ahead of you, you're better than. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're already got the better footwork, better hands than the people who have been there for 4 or 5 years, it's very difficult to take them, you know what I'm saying, at their word. When you have let's keep it. This is the first round pick in Javion Cohen, right? Like, Matt Lee's probably a top 2 round pick because centers are always weird. You know what I'm saying? So these are different people to listen to. So it's having these leaders.
So go ahead, son. As a young guy, you're gonna listen to these guys because they've shown improved. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Exactly.
About the freshmen, I mean, you're a talented lineman in yourself. You played with a lot of talented guys at Alabama. Just how do they compare to some of the linemen that you've seen and worked with?
They're freakish. They're very advanced for their age. I think Samson's technique is very close to being pro. I tell him that almost every day, which is why I'm on his tail a lot, because I want him to be very great. CC's a dog with a great mentality. Tripp has a big base. You know, he's a hard worker as well. And those guys really want to be something special here. They came here for a reason, which is to turn you around. And I think that's very inspiring to see. And it's great to have with young kids.
Having a head coach that's an offensive lineman, how cool is that for you having,
Yo, shout out to our boy Zuby for getting that question in, man. That's what's up. That's our boy Zuby, man. Shout out to him, man.
Guy running the program, you can ask him a few questions and things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Coach Cristobal is my guy. All day in practice, we just sitting around talking about different things, different techniques, different plays, different things we want to go over and do. And I just think it's really awesome because, we have a different bond, a different connection. And I remember he came and visited me one time when I entered the portal, and we just sat there and talked about the different things that'll go on, you know what I'm saying, with the offensive line, from the offensive line standpoint. And I mean, we just hit it off from there. So, like, that relationship right there is something I'll cherish and take with me for years and years.
What are your impressions?
I think that was big right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we always, I think we can cut it there. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest thing that a lot of people miss out on, with the whole Mario thing, when they will say like, oh, he's never been an offensive coordinator. So like the relationships he builds with those trench bullies, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crucial. You know what I'm saying? Like on both sides of the ball. So like that's where his impact is felt. Because don't shit happen if the offensive line ain't good. I don't care how good your quarterback is.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So man, I just want to talk to Javion Cohen about anything, fam. Like the way that young man, young man carries himself is like, yo, just his energy's fantastic. Like you can tell he's like
evolution, son, and the Big Bang, versus the Big Bang.
Yeah, man.
All that. I want to get his opinion, son.
Yeah, but I want to start something like what he thinks, you know what I'm saying, about Bitcoin and you know what I'm saying, and like all this, like all just like wow, shut up, yo, Jimmy, are you smart young man. Yo, I'm impressed with him, man. Have him been part of the program is definitely crucial. So
another take real quick, man. I think it's important, and I stress this to my son. Being in the building. Like he mentioned that he'll just sit there and talk to Coach Cristobal, you know what I mean? And just being in the building is so important. Like when you spend so much time in the weight room, the locker room, the field, the meeting rooms, like during the season, off season, you kind of like live in that building. So like when I was in college, man, I never left the football facility. It seemed like, you just in there watching film, bonding with your team, bonding with the coaches, getting little jewels. You know what I mean? You never, and if you're at Miami, you never know who's gonna walk into that building.
Never,
you never know. Like you walking in there, Greg Rousseau and Jalen Phillips is just chilling. You know what I mean? Ray Lewis might be just chilling. Warren Sapp come through. Denzel Perry. You never know who's gonna walk in that building who you can get some knowledge from. You know what I mean?
Facts.
If you're an old lineman, Brian McKinney might slide through, and you
biggest human being ever. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the building, so I think that's a very important point with players just staying in the building, absorbing knowledge.
I don't think we talked about it. It happened a couple weeks ago, probably a week to 10 days ago, saying that the program is finally letting in former players come back into the building. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew who banned that. You know what I mean? And the reason
that's
why
crazy.
they did it.
That's bananas.
Look, that's a weak-minded person, man. Like, that is a person.
That's crazy.
Like to ban your legacy, to ban your history, as if you weren't. You know what I'm saying? As if we didn't live it, was crazy to me. That maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe that's because I think different coaches have done it, right? Like different people have, like some closed it off, some opened it, some closed it off, some opened it. So like that back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Just it might be the reason why the energy has never been right within the program, right? Because there hasn't been those older cats to come in and be like, yo, man, like this is how we're supposed to do things.
Yeah,
because
as long as it's a respect factor, fam, it shouldn't be any problem. As long as Coach Cristobal, lays it, y'all come through whenever y'all want to, but don't undermine what we're doing here, whatever. Yep. That's all good, man. Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, man. I was really impressed with. I was impressed with I like the overreaction to people's with that's why I put the press conference there too, with Mario, Coach Cristobal throwing out all those names of people who have improved, and he rattled off like 20 names.
Everybody.
But I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, we just rattled off the depth chart. Like, and the thing is, like, he rattled off 20 names. It's 85 players on a roster. I'm saying just because he said 20 names, that's just a quarter. That doesn't mean. Again, people are like, oh, Mario's saying we're going to be good. Again, that's not what he's saying. He's saying these players have improved from last year. If you remember how bad last year was, you have to take that with a grain of salt. And remember, a press conference is just coach speak. So people just
and we have to realize that a lot of people are not available this spring, man. You know what I mean? It's going to look totally different in August, man. July and August. It's going to look totally different out there. Yeah. You got freshmen that are not here yet that could make an impact or could be on the field. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot different, man. You know what I mean? And, I think the report just came out that Zion should be good for fall. You know what I mean? So that's something else. Where does that go? You know what I mean? So there's a lot. There's a lot. I wanted, before we jump into this next conversation, I wanted to ask you, man, what are your thoughts about Don Cheney still not being able to get that one? You know, because like, like I know it's spring, but man, like I see him and like it just purely off size and like the eye test, right? I'm not saying like just that. Like you look at Don Cheney, I'm like, oh, that's NFL running back. You look at Henry Parrish, no knock on him because the game is changing. You need somebody who catches a lot of balls and shit like that. But look at Henry Parrish, where I'm like, okay, nice cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, does a lot of the good, but like, doesn't give me that like, oh, he's about to break it. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't give me that like, running back is that one position where like, we grew up on great running backs. You know what I'm saying? We remember 2001 where like we were like 8 deep. You know what I'm saying? Like where the guy you didn't even think was going to be good going to give you 1,500 yards. So it's like, that's the one position where I focus on where like, if that's good, the team's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I want Don Cheney to win so bad. I think so. That's why like I focused on that. But you ain't worried about it? Nah. I feel like there's just like you just mentioned, the running back room. I'm very impressed with, and I think we have a lot of different backs. You know what I mean? Like Don Cheney, I feel like as the season progresses, it's gonna be a nice, healthy. He'll get 20 touches, 20, 25 touches, I think. Because I think, first of all, the way this offense operates, there's going to be a lot of plays. You know what I mean? 80, 85 plays, 90 plays. So I think he's going to get 20 touches a game at least. You know what I mean? So Henry Parrish, like you said, does everything well. Well, it's not great. He does everything well. He's top 5 and everything. You know what I mean? So that's fine with me. You know what I mean? And he blocks. He picks up the blitz. That's very important, vitally important. You know what I mean? Not saying Don Cheney don't do that or nobody else doesn't do that, but I think Parrish probably does that the best.
Right.
But Don Cheney, that's my guy, man. He's explosive. He's big. He's athletic. You know what I mean? So hopefully he gets it in. But Chris Johnson coming through, Fletch coming through. If Citizens, all right. You know what I mean? I think I don't know how I heard his injury is very serious.
Pretty bad.
So if he can sit out another year, that'd be dope. You know what I mean? To me, if he's not ready and he could just rest that, get healthy for another year, then that'd be crazy. But the 4 deep we got right now, and if you bring in a grad transfer, man, I'm good. I'm good with the 4.
I'm good with a grad transfer. I'm good with that too. Yeah, I co-sign everything you say. I'm with you on that. I mean, so Miami just had their first scrimmage this past Saturday. It was like a half practice, half scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? We've seen some clips kind of make it out. You know what I'm saying? They've done their drops. What were your thoughts about what you heard about the first scrimmage, man?
I heard, shout out to Dono, shout out to my guy Brad, man. Locked on Canes, definitely watch that every day. Dono drops that fire content every day.
Unstoppable, bro. That guy's unstoppable.
Yeah, man. To do this every day, and sometimes he do it multiple times a day. Woo.
Yeah, he's crazy.
But crazy. Brad was dropping some things in there, man. And we talk about it all the time, man. I really don't, it's a scrimmage. Yeah. It's spring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everybody did well. Okay, whatever. But I mean, I guess it was cool. It was a scrimmage. They're anxious to hit. They're anxious to get out there. So, I saw a clip of receiver Robbie making a touchdown catch. You know what I mean?
Who was he getting? I can't see that. I can't remember the number.
I think honestly, so many numbers.
So many numbers have changed this offseason. I have no idea. So if you want to look,
roster's up though.
Pull that up. So pull that up while I give you my thoughts on it. It was a scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Like, good thing about it is I'm hearing shout out to
Chris
Dono
Graves. That was Chris Graves.
God, he was right.
I mean, but he was in a good position. We said before, it looked like a little push off from Robbie, but he was in good.
That's what you do, man. Yeah. You're a receiver, bro. Like what you talking about?
Do that.
There wasn't no push off. It was a good catch. Yeah. Who was it that threw that ball? By the way, who was it that?
That was Mr. Brown. That was young Mr. Brown. Right, young man. That was a good ball. That was a good ball.
Fam, listen. I don't. You know me, man. Like, I go off different things. I said since the first practice when they're just throwing it into the net. This isn't saying that he should be number one. This isn't. I made a lot of people mad. All I said was the consistency of where his arm was coming up to and his release point was exactly the same every time. Sure. I didn't see that once last year. So whatever this young man did in the off seasons needs to be recognized and praised, because that work, family, that is hard to do. Like every time the same release, the same. So that ball, look, not saying that he's, the second coming of whoever, but he has the X factor that no other quarterback on this roster has.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a factor that just can't be like, hey man, but TVD's really accurate. Cool, bro. All I'm saying is the game is different now. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just a pocket passer. That conversation, I'm not saying it needs to be had, but these flowers and the conversation of, oh, but Emery's, yes, I'm not saying Emery's bad. I'm just saying like that passover that you just want to do for JB isn't necessary, fam. Because guess what? They're both on our team and they could both get flowers. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
I don't know nothing about Emery Williams. I don't know nothing about him. I haven't seen him in college yet. I don't know nothing. So
all I know about Emery Williams is he's a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", and is bigger than what we've been getting. Sure. And so everybody's enamored with him. I've seen what JB can do. Yes, JB was a true freshman, shouldn't have been playing last year, but we're not gonna have that debate anymore. Yeah, man, shout out to Brad and Donald, man. We're gonna have Brad on the show soon. You know what I'm saying? I've been chopping it up with him. Found out he lives right down the road from me, so
he got to turn his camera on though. He can't come on on our joint with just his voice. I don't want to.
Yeah, we did that. We did that with Rasta, but Rasta's an elusive individual. Yeah, Ross is an elusive individual, man. Yeah, man.
Look, we ain't have nothing to talk about, so Rasta saved us.
Yeah, he did. Shout out to him, man. A little behind the scenes on it. We had nothing. So he came. That dude came through clutch like Isaiah Wong. Man, shout out to him, man.
Good. Yes, that was our Lord and Savior right there. He
was like, boy. So. Praise Rasta on that one, man. Hey, look, with the scrimmage, man, like I like that 85 to 90. You hearing like 85 to 90% of the offense is in. The defense is struggling because they changing the whole language, and I'm saying Guidry's doing these things, so he's got some teaching to do. Yep. But I mean, look, a lot of players are hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the people who are starting aren't going to be starters. You know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to really gauge it from there. But as I like that the offense, the whole D line. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear a lot of big talk from Ruben Bain. We knew that already. That kid's a 5-star in every sense of the word. That young man, like that's never been a question for me. He just because he's not tall enough is bullshit. I always thought he was going to be on the field. I told you I saw him next to Leonard Taylor 2 weeks ago. I could see him starting next to Leonard Taylor and the older cats coming in and spelling him and like teaching him. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens at spring game. Again, everything at practice is with a grain of salt. They're not going to show us the whole playbook. You know what I'm saying? When we're there in the building. But it's good to hear that TVD's building a relationship with somebody other than X. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like that's him and Jacoby and him and Kobe Young. Good things. I'm hearing good things about Jacoby George, and I hope that continues. But yeah, man, it just seems like the coaches that they got in the building, the players are responding to more, as far as we know. Sure. But again, the bullets haven't really started flying yet. You know what I'm saying? No real snaps have been taken. You know what I'm saying? You're just competing in the offseason. So we'll see what's popping with that.
Yep.
You got anything else for a scrimmage?
Nope.
All right, man. Let's get into this ad before we get into the rest of our conversation. Shout out to good old Caneswear.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has all the latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at Caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
I mean, I already saw my next hat that I'm getting. It's going to be the Old English M. It's that black and orange one. Shout out to Caneswear, man. You see what they do.
I already got that one, son. What you talking about?
Hey, man, listen, I said me, fam. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not always about you.
You know what I really want? Hat like it was a new joint. You know, I want the one you have.
You should get this one. It is. This shit is dope. It's not. I'm wearing this one.
You know what I mean?
Y'all, this one's dope, man. Listen, man, I want the one that Tim Harris wore while he's coaching the running backs. He got the black one. Son, he got it's the same font color. It's the same color as the black and orange one, but it's the U, and I got the little ibis on the back. I was like, I need that, but I ain't seen that. So I got to look for that. I got to do a deeper hunt. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't appreciate.
I mean, what did you talk? What are we talking about, son? What are we talking?
Man, all right, this is so disrespectful.
What are we?
This is so.
What are we discussing right now, son?
Why you gotta? Son, like, this is why podcasts end sometimes. That's so cold-blooded. You just want to throw that out there.
Are we acting like it's exclusive or something? I mean, what are we?
No, it's not exclusive, but I can't find. Listen, you know how it is, how hard it is to struggle for me to find a hat that fits, and I didn't appreciate you just slowly twisting it to be like, "Oh, you mean this one? Oh, fuck, that's cold-blooded." Hey, man, look. Listen, man, we got 1,000 views on the last episode. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who watches us, man. So appreciative. You know what I'm saying we started from nothing. And we only had one comment, man. So one comment, one winner. A $20 gift card.
Trying to get no free money, man. They ain't trying to get this free money.
Sound like what we talk like. Son, if we would have hit our 700 subscriber, homie would have got $45 gift card. Yeah. So shout out to Angel Cane, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit you up in the DM. We chop it up.
Angel Cane, salute.
Yeah, man, you got a
25 or 20?
$20 gift card coming at you, bro.
All right, all good.
Hey, man, we in it. All right, so for this week's keyword, you know what I'm saying? It's only one way to do it. It's gonna be Final Four. You know what I'm saying? We got a basketball program in the Final Four. About to handle UConn. Shout out to Darius Rice. Son.
That's gonna be a good game because I rock with UConn. I like UConn. That's gonna be a good game, man.
I've always liked UConn in the Big East. You know what I'm saying? But when we play them, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's Canes over everything. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
UConn tough.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna be a good game. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, they beat every team by like 30 points. Like, you know what? So little basketball analysis with this shit, right? Real quick. I wonder how they respond to a close game. When every game's been easy, like how do you respond? Because we seen what Miami does. Miami's down 15, they come back and beat you. Like we see how they respond to adversity. So let's see what happens when Miami goes on a little run and you think you're about to beat them by 30, and all of a sudden they only down you only up 7. Yep. Let's see how they respond when, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how they respond with that. I ain't putting no prediction out there. That's not what I do. Yeah. All right, man. All right, so we got wide receiver room. So this is big. This is the conversation that we know what it was last year, man. We know the struggles. We know the offensive line, which is why the wide receiver struggled. Quarterback had no time. This year, we're hearing better things. We're hearing Kobe Young came in, you know what I'm saying, ready, lost some weight,
like
got faster.
Megatron and all that. Yeah.
Man, that's a big boy. I'll kick it over to you. What are your thoughts on the receiver room? Do you think we need 1, 2, 3 new guys up in there? Or roll with what we got? And what receivers would you like? What kind of style of receiver? Because we don't got to say names because we don't.
Yeah. So to start, to answer your question, style of receiver, good. I don't give a fuck. Good. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Somebody who can run routes. Somebody who can run routes, who can get separation. Somebody who can catch the ball, somebody who can take it to the house, somebody who can win 50-50 balls. You know what I mean? Somebody who can block. You know, the game changer, I think, is Coach Kevin Beard, man. I think that's a real game changer. You know, we had all right, let's not talk about last year. Whatever.
No, leave it. That's it. That's gone. That's gone now.
We know what we had in the room. We know the issues. Communication issues, whatever. Coach Kevin Beard played in Miami, got a ring in Miami.
Facts.
He can relate to the talent in that room. He's done it at that level, like we mentioned. You know what I mean? He's done it at a high level. He knows what he's talking about. He can speak the language fluently. And these young men look up to that. You know what I mean? They respect that. He not going to bullshit nobody. It's not coach speak with him. Young cats, yo, man, these young cats can spot bullshit. They hear bullshit.
Yep.
They hear when you talking, when you trying to BS them, man. They hear it, man.
Yep.
And Coach Beard ain't that guy, man. He giving it to you straight like that, and they respect that, man. So I think that's the major change in the room. Of course, you've added electricity in the room. Receiver Robbie, Ray, you know what I mean? You've added electricity in that room. Isaiah Horton, we've been waiting. You know what I mean? And
Jacoby George, we've been waiting.
Kobe George, we've been waiting. Kobe Young, I've been waiting. Like we talked about it before. Last year, I felt like he was just a big receiver. He was just throw it up and I'm gonna get it. And he did that.
No
doubt. Now he's learning how to run routes. You know what I mean? Now he's learning the little nuances to playing receiver. When I look at the corner and his feet are like this, or he's facing this way, or he's looking somewhere or whatever, now I can do this. Or I can look at the quarterback. I can look at the coverages. I can see they in cover 2. You know, I need to hit this dead zone or whatever. Yeah. Now it's time for completion because, he's turning into an actual receiver. And that's gonna be huge, man. So I think and if we add one more, it's gonna be crazy.
Man. That's why I love these conversations. That's why I love that we never do the pod before the pod. And I know I say that every episode, but like the Kevin Beard factor is something you think about, but like when it's broken down by you who was a former receiver, who understands the little nuances of what to look for, the leaps and bounds that Kobe Young has made, like you could just see it in his like the way he approaches the practices. You know what I'm saying? Like his feet work out every time you see the footage, his footwork are a little faster. They're a little bit tighter. That just you know what I'm saying, because we get 15 minutes or however long the media gets, and then you know what I'm saying they keep working with him. But the Kobe Young project has been incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like you already saw receiver Robbie doing his thing. You know what I'm saying on that highlight. That's a true freshman. You know what I'm saying? And then because Kevin Beard go back 20 years, man, like 20-something years. Dude, like I told you, he was one of the best route runners I'd seen. Like the cleanliness of his routes were always there. Like I can remember it. Like not even like going back to, I can remember I was like, the way he runs route is like, that was the first time that like I started like watching games. I was like, damn, that's different. Like there were some players that like ran routes like crazy and were better athletes and that, but like his obsession with running those routes almost perfectly is different than receivers that I can remember. So, and he's gonna build and breed a bunch of hymns that are faster, stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Yeah, more athletic. That's crazy. So that's the X factor. I think one more receiver, somebody, because in all the names we mentioned, we didn't mention like Frank Ladson, and that's no disrespect to him, but like it seems like nobody's mentioning him. Like I go across, we watch most people's content, right? Like we want to see what everybody's talking about and their family, man. Like there's no rivalry with any of this shit. Like I don't ever look at it anything like that. I'm saying we try to put out content and that's what it is. But ain't nobody mentioning Frank Ladson. Like
I'm looking to see if he's still on the roster.
I don't remember seeing him in any video clip that somebody's posted. So, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't one of the 20 names that Mario rattled off. So, you know what I'm saying? That might be on a milk carton type of situation. But, you know what I'm saying?
Still got Rashard out there. You know what I mean? We still got X out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Michael Redding's still out there.
Yeah. Like this, he might get caught up in the wash, Frank Ladson, which sucks, man. But I think the receiver room, I'm not gonna say is better till we see it on the field. Like I'm not gonna say any position is better than last year until we see it on the field and we see consistency every game. When we see the fight back, I'm saying because game 1 is Miami, Ohio, game 2 is Texas A&M. Like there's not much of a learning curve for some of these young players, man. So they gotta get right.
Nice.
Talking about rooms, right? How big do you think they're gonna do the new rooms in the building with players coming in the size of a Samson and a Francis and Javion Cohen? Like they're gonna have to make those doorways bigger, right? like linebackers, like a Malik Bryant. They're gonna have to make those doorways way bigger, fam.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Just crazy.
No, we're recruiting
That's what you gotta do.
them boys. Yeah, man. You gotta have that. Yeah.
True freshmen coming in bigger than seniors is wild, though. That's wild.
Huge people movers, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, man. You already know what it is, man. It's that time for our Unforgettable Kings.
Unforgettable Kings, man. Yeah.
Our last, we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Our last number one pick in the offensive line.
I don't think we've done an O line. I don't think we shouted out an O lineman yet, man.
No, we haven't. Man. We haven't done the trenches. You know what I'm saying? We did we haven't done an O lineman. This is our first one. Yeah. We didn't even do you would have thought we'd go with Brian McKinney, but who forgets him? Like nobody forgets.
That's the
biggest human being
right there, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? But we're gonna talk about Big Nasty right here. Pause. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about Big Nasty right here, man. You know what I mean? We got
crazy, fam.
Yeah, we got Mr. Feliciano. Yeah.
Look at this guy, man. Yeah. I do they had known how they find first off, just off that picture, how'd they find a button up to go around that neck, bro? Like he looks uncomfortable. Like that is he cannot breathe. That might be one of those. I'll give you a little behind the scenes real quick. So in boot camp, when we take our picture that we sent home, you know what I'm saying? When every picture that like you see somebody where you're wearing that little hat and you know what I'm saying, you're wearing your little dress greens or whatever, that is a fake outfit. Like it's you take off your top, your BDUs or whatever, or they put it over your physical fitness shit, and it's literally just goes down to the shoulders, right? Like it's a little Velcro strap that they put around your neck, so it's like next one up, and that's what it looked like. What they did with Jonathan Feliciano's tie right here. It looked like it's just for the picture. It did a little Velcro strap. You know what I'm saying? It's holding on like me trying to put on a snapback. It's just holding on for dear life. All right, man, let's get into these highlights, man.
John, man,
That dude was cold-blooded, bro.
Yeah, he was. My bad. Hold on.
323. Jesus. 6'3" and 7/8. I was back when he started there, right?
That boy,
crushing.
Yeah.
Then he was starting right tackle.
Well, stop. Yeah.
Boom. What do you think about those uniforms? Well, I missed those all orange ones.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
And he's showing the versatility, right? He's playing right tackle. He's playing guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Moving people. Let's go.
That's we're gonna have to get an old lineman on the podcast to break down how difficult it is to go from right tackle to left guard.
Facts.
And then eventually left tackle. Like the feet movement got to be so different, right? Because you're playing. Mike James.
That was somebody. Yeah, that was somebody I was thinking about too. Yeah,
Mike James, man.
Yeah,
Mike James
John
was off.
Feliciano, man, he was nasty, man. You know what I mean? I like watching him on that O-line. He was nasty. He brought that attitude, man. He used to get penalties, you know what I mean, for hitting people late and all that. Yeah,
nasty.
Man,
I loved it. Yeah. There wouldn't be nobody throwing up to you and breaking it when Feliciano was in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Not just as a kid. I don't understand how that's not was unsportsmanlike conduct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
I don't understand.
I mean, I don't care. I just want the players to care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I want when they see that, like, that's a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but you got to stop it, right? You got to stop them from scoring, man. You know what I mean? Stop them from beating us, you know.
Stop them from sacking the quarterback and doing it. Yeah. And doing that to your guys. I mean, we got some questions today, man. We got some good ones. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? All right, so from 505 Kanye, shout out to him, man. multiple time gift card winner. What is the most important game on our schedule?
Am I starting?
Yeah. You got it.
The most important game, of course, I get a political answer as all of them, but I think I might have to go Florida State, man. You know what I mean? So, of course, the perception and what they did to us last year. Everybody forgets what we did to them 2 years ago, but whatever.
Yeah,
they got us last year. They came into our house and took over our trap. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Had me in the stands looking real ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not a good feeling. Not a good feeling.
So I think that's a statement game, man. I think we gotta, we're gonna be in Tallahassee, so I think that's a statement game right there, man. Letting them know the tie is nothing changed. We still here. So
yeah. I mean, that obviously I knew one of us would go with the Florida State game. I think Texas A&M early on in the season, kind of seeing how we respond. Yeah. Like, look, Mario's the guy that has gone into the horseshoe and beat Ohio State with Oregon, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think that is a test because as bad as they ended the season last year, still an SEC team, still SEC level players. And that's who you're trying to build your team to look like, not Texas A&M, but an SEC team. I think that's one that matters. The Florida State game, yeah, like that's a rivalry. That's always going to be the most important game, regardless. That's what I'm saying. That's fucked them forever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. But yeah, the Texas A&M game matters to me just because like the Miami Ohio game, it is what it is. The Texas A&M game was like, all right, man, let's see where we at. Let's see what this offseason, let's see how these players respond. Let's see if some of that press conference talk was real. Because that's when you're fighting. You're not fighting Miami, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be ready. You can't let Middle Tennessee State happen again because you're looking forward to the next game. Keeping it a buck. But yeah, that Texas A&M game early in the season, and I hate the schedule. Like it's such a weird schedule. You know what I'm saying? Where you do that, I think you play Saturday and you play again Friday, and then you're out. It's a weird schedule, but
it is
what it is.
You know how they do us? They got us. I think we going to Boston like on
a Friday
or something, October, November, or something. Man,
isn't it like the day after Thanksgiving or some wild shit? I gotta look back at the schedule.
They wild.
Fucking
they
disrespectful.
You already know.
Yeah, man.
Next
quote. Yeah, man. Cuban Cane, man. When do you think we get back to competing for national championships, or at least competing for a spot in the college football playoffs? Now that it's expanding to 6 teams, and eventually, I think it's supposed to be like 8 and then 12 because ESPN got to make that money.
Yeah, so I believe they expand to 12 in 2024.
Yeah,
or 2025, and I think that's perfect timing. I think that will be the year 2024. Will be the year that we make the playoff, especially if it's 12 teams. I definitely think we'll be one of the best 12 teams in the country in 2024. It's just lined up that way for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm thinking because you got to give these young guys this this foundational draft class that they'll be coming into like their third year there. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what I'm saying, keep re-up in their NIL. Shout out to the new rules that actually lets Mario talk about NIL, and you know what I'm saying, and
not
things
that
like that.
About it, but
no, not that he wants to talk about it, but he kept it a buck. He said that like we get to advise these young men not on who they should sign with or anything like that, but like how to manage their money. You actually go to their website now, the University of Miami website. They have an NIL tab because of the new laws that the governor put in. So that's good. I think that's the most important thing. But he goes, that doesn't matter how much you're getting paid. If you're not practicing and you're playing hard enough, you're not going to play. Like it's that simple. Like NIL doesn't impact. Exactly. So that money isn't guaranteed. Yeah, I'm with 2025. I think there's certain players in this draft recruiting class that are crucial to making that happen. I'm saying we all know who they are. You have to start flipping the big time players from that team in Ohio, man. Like you have to, like you can't let.
Hey Jeremiah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey man, come on. Look, hey, it's a lot better with this.
Jeremiah,
hey, it's a lot better than green and orange. That red ain't real. I don't. Is that what is that? Burgundy? No, that's not the move, bro. Jeremiah, come on, man. Play with your high school teammate, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nolan,
Mark Fletcher, we're already here. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. So I think 2 years away. I think this year's got to be an uptick in wins and losses. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be the same as last year. Got to be a little different. It might be some ugly wins. I don't give a shit. Like I want fights. I want, and you're not. That's just not happening anymore. I want that type of energy. All right, this is the biggest question that we've had. Because shout out to the boy Oregon Cane, man. This was some real shit. I'm not gonna say the one phrasing that probably the thing that gets you banned. So what's worse? You know what I'm saying? What's worse, man? Showing up to the gym with no headphones or a flight with no headphones? I wasn't gonna say that other word.
I'm gonna say working out with no headphones is terrible. So like with no music, on a flight, you can go to sleep. You know what I mean? You can go to sleep, take a little something, go to sleep. Yep. You know what I mean? But working out, son, I did that like one time, and I was like, "What the fuck? Excuse me, what the hell's going on?" You know what I mean?
That's a real reaction. Yeah.
How am I supposed to get this shit up, son? With no DMX in my head, man. What is going on?
Yes.
What am I supposed to do?
I walked into the gym today, listening to "Patiently Waiting" from 50 and Eminem. Like I can't imagine. Son, I gym with no headphones for sure. Yeah. It's not even gym because look, man, on a flight, I put the hood up because I always fly with it. Put the hoodie up, you know what I'm saying? Zip it down and just pass out against that window. I'm out. It don't really matter. But a gym with no headphones, fam, I have 2 sets of headphones, like earbuds, in my truck, just in case. Like if I forget, like these are my ones, right? Like these ones that I have here, these sound cores. But I have 2 other headphones, and like they're just throwaways because if I lose them, whatever, they're like the Walmart brand. They're just something to have in case, like just complete backups. I cannot walk in that gym and listen to like ambient noise or 90s rock.
Gym speakers, the gym music.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to hear nobody's conversation. I don't want to speak to nobody. I'm here to work, man. Like I walk in there angry at the world.
No pictures, no video, no nothing, man.
No, nothing, man. I ain't doing shit for social media. I don't give a shit. Nah, I'm here to work, man. I'm music, and that's it. You know what's the worst though? Like if you got a playlist, like I'll do a lot of like random playlists from Spotify, and when you in the middle of a set, like in the middle of a rep, and the song changes, and it's a song that it's not the same energy. Because
I don't start a rep until I know the song. You know what I mean? So I'm not starting until I know what song is playing.
What song is playing? Yeah. It's happened to me a couple of times, and it's very frustrating. I was like,
you ain't about to catch me. You ain't about to catch me.
You gotta wait.
Dirty Diana with Michael Jackson or something. Ain't about to in the middle of a rep, son.
Yeah, ain't about to have me with some Teddy Swims playing in my ears when I'm trying to work, man. That ain't a good look. All right, guys, you already know what it is, man. Appreciate all the questions, man. That's a good one right there, man.
Yeah, so real quick, man. This is a little off topic, man. I want to give a shout out to my aunt Brenda, man. She was diagnosed with cancer a few months back, man. Pancreatic cancer, and it spread to her gallbladder. She just had surgery this morning, 5 hours, 6 hours surgery. And, I'm reading the doctor told her, as far as he's concerned, she's cancer free. So I want to give a big shout out to my aunt Brenda, man. I love you. Thank you, Jesus, for letting this happen, man, for, keeping her around for me, so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, listen, as a person who's been impacted, my my wife's family's, you know what I'm saying, we've lost some people to cancer. That's just a monster, man. So that's great news. You know what I'm saying, all love and prayer and healing to Aunt Brenda, man. You know what I'm saying, speedy recovery and a nice long life, man, because it's to get that prognosis, man, has been great. So yeah, man, Aunt Brenda, heal up, man, and man, that's crazy, fam. Hey, man, off topic again with that, man. I wanna give a shout out to our boy Corey, man, aka Chalupa Batman, man. He was posting, you know what I'm saying, that he was going through yesterday. Look, man, I'm a person who struggles with depression, man. I struggle with PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's a little bit gray. And you posting that, man, is some real shit. Like I think for a lot of us as men, I mean, especially older men, we have to be all right with talking about this, man. So shout out to you, Corey, man. And I told you, I sent them a video personally, man. Like, look, bro, whenever you need to talk, you hit me, you hit Joe. You see, man, we family, man. We keep it a buck with you. We're not just Kane's content creators, man. We're humans, we're men. You know what I'm saying? You can hit us up, and you're gonna be on the show soon, man. We're gonna talk because we got some things brewing, man. So shout out to you, Corey, man. And yeah, man, just blessings and healings to all, man. We out of here, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is, man. It's that You Heard podcast. Yeah.